The best way to be heard, I think, in any kind of situation, especially if you're dealing with hot button issues, is to stay calm. The right words are going to be lost if the energy is incongruent. You could have the perfect I statement, the perfect feedback, structure, and you know exactly what you're going to say and what you're not going to say, and you're really prepared. But then if you come in with, like, let's say your words technically aren't blaming, but your tone is admonishing, they don't even hear what it is that you said. They just hear the energy that you're bringing. That, and we've talked about this before, right? That so much of communication is nonverbal. So don't waste your words. Don't waste your preparation. Don't waste the thought that you put into a communication if you're not going to come in with calm energy, because you're just going to waste your own time. This is easier said than done, obviously, especially if what you're communicating about is linked with something where there's hurt feelings or there's a history there, so it's loaded. So you have to be very strong in emotional regulation, first of all. Now, a really important way to do that is to be strong in your conviction of knowing that you don't need validation. So much of intensity, so much of coming forward in a conversation where it is really charged up is because one person is ready to fight because they're maybe anticipating not being heard, or they're really, it's a protest against the disconnection or the perception that maybe what they're saying doesn't matter. They're worried that they don't matter. They're worried their spouse thinks that what they have to say is wrong or doesn't matter. And so they're coming in hot right out of the gate. And so if you can tune into the fact that, like, I don't need to convince anybody of anything. I know what I want. I know what I'm advocating for. This is something that is not up for debate. The validity of what I'm bringing is not up for debate. If you internalize that, that will help so much, because then you know, like, first of all, it prevents you from getting derailed in the conversation because you're very clear. And it's like, well, I'm not here to defend that. We're going to keep it constructive, first of all. But also, it allows you to stay centered so that they can hear the words that you've prepared, as opposed to feeling like they're getting judgment or resentment or anything like that.